Hey guys, it's Sarah from Just My Typewriter, and it's Saturday morning, and one of my favorite Saturday morning activities is going antiquing. Now, some of you might have known that I moved last year from one side of the state to the other, and I haven't really explored my antiquing options on this side of the state yet. So today I think we're going to try out some antique stores from Eastern Pennsylvania.
Okay, I've made it to my first location. It's downpouring, so I drove in the rain, which I hate doing. But when I look at Pennsylvania, I feel like I grew up in Western Pennsylvania, although geography might, serve me differently there. But in my mind, if you live closest to Pittsburgh, you're in the western side of the state. If you live closer to Harrisburg than you do to Pittsburgh or Philly, you're in the central part of the state. And if you live closest to Philly, you're on the eastern side of Pennsylvania. I grew up about 2 hours from Pittsburgh, and I went to school about an hour from Pittsburgh, so I was very much what I considered Western Pennsylvanian. Last year or 2 years ago, my sister moved to the Harrisburg area, so we consider her kind of like central Pennsylvania, and I've been antiquing there quite a few times. And now I live about 10 minutes from New Jersey, which is about as far east in PA as you can go. And one of the things I've noticed just peripherally looking at antiques in this area is that they're a lot more expensive than I'm used to in the western side of the state. When you walk into a western antique location, for the most part, you can find things at pretty reasonable prices, and there's usually taxidermy. I don't know why that's a thing in Western Pennsylvania, but I've often noticed that. And then being in a couple places in this side of the state, and I've been to this first location a few times, I've noticed that things are a lot pricier. The antiques are of higher quality, maybe a little bit nicer, and they kind of command higher prices. And I have not yet seen a mounted deer head in any of the antique places I've been to before. So that's something I've just kind of noticed difference-wise, but let's check out this first location and see what other things we noticed that's different on this side of the state. So this is the Pocono Peddler's Antique Mall. So we're gonna run in the rain a little bit and go into this antique mall. The Pocono Peddler Antique Mall is in Tannersville, Pennsylvania, and has over 100 dealers. It's one of those places that looks small on the outside, but is actually huge and a labyrinth on the inside. In places like this, I often see glassware or china. Now, I'm not against glassware or china. In fact, I think it's a way more sustainable way to use older thrifted items in your own home, but I do find that a lot of these are priced at collection prices. It's not an antique store without records. Most of these are pretty reasonable. I found with records you have to sift through quite a few of them to find something collectible, just because so many people are into them now. Here's a piece of left-in china. My great-grandmother actually collected this. I can't help but think of the poem about the unworn baby shoes when I see these. Here's what I mean by being priced for collectors. I always think uranium glass is pretty cool, but look at this adorable pepper shaker. Fun fact, I used to collect spoons. I've mentioned this before, but I feel like every antique store I go into, I see vintage toasters. I'm used to seeing this sort of display everywhere, but I always check the spice and can sections because you never know when you'll see a ribbon tin. I thought this was cute. It reminded me of my Typewriter. Jars and canisters like this are rather popular right now. Look, a left-in china cat. And more shakers. and more shakers. This will never not be funny to me, antique stores that have Beanie Babies. Another display of expensive pricing. This piece reminded me of some of my mom's pieces. Fun story, so my great-grandmother collected little collie figurines. I remember playing with them and seeing them, so now I always check out animal figurines, and this one kinda looks like Diamondo. Not taxidermy, but we're getting close. Today's theme is truly salt and pepper shakers. Again, checking the can displays. No typewriter keys spotted. More figurines and a left-in China cat. So this little white cat is produced by Left in China. Before I moved, I was collecting pieces for my new place and wanted to get a cool set of bookends. A friend of mine had posted on Instagram this collection of porcelain cats she had found while thrifting, and something about these little white cats really stuck out to me, so I started to look for my own set. I put my family on the hunt, and then they found some similar ones in North Carolina, but these were Siamese cats, which were cute, but not the ones I had in mind. Eventually I moved and forgot about the cute little cats, and then my sister actually found a set while thrifting in Central PA and gifted them to me for Christmas this past year. Then my mom found a similar cat planner. I love the look of these little guys, and they were made by Lefton, which again made the china that my great-grandmother collected, which I didn't know until I got my cats. It's kinda cool now that I'm looking into something similar. I also have her couch, and the table that I use in all of my insert shots was actually her cupboard card table for a really long time, so I really like having this other connection to her now. She collected collies, and now I've got my cats. Okay, back to hunting. God, that scared the crap out of me. You'll also find booths that specialize, so here's one that does glassware. I always check game racks for Barbie typewriter boxes. Behold, a vintage Webkins. I had this exact Webkins. And my first typewriter of the day. No case, but I did reset it. And here's some Cubist glassware. Some of you might remember that this is something my mom collects, so I always stop and check it out. Of course, now that I'm not driving, it's nice outside. And that was the Peddler's Village. Again, this place was huge. You know those antique stores that you walk into and there's something about them that makes you feel uncomfortable? I feel that way about certain antique stores, like I start to get dizzy on the second floor, and Pocono Peddler's Village is kind of like that, where you get so far in that you start to feel a little woozy. I don't know if it's the air or the lighting or being cramped, but that's one of those places where I get that feeling. I had been there in August, so like 8 months ago, and I had seen this lamp that was a T-Rex that I passed on at the time, and I was kind of hopeful it was there, but I wasn't able to find it. So we're gonna go to my second location here, and this is Old Engine Works Antiques. I've been here at least twice, and I really like this place, so let's go check it out. And here's our next typewriter. This one is listed as 94. I bought my Futura for 12, and I've seen a few listed in Central PA around 60. More Beanie Babies, and I distinctly remember having this one. My exact screwdrivers. Not quite taxidermy or my dinosaur lamp. A staple of PA antique stores. I now check perfume displays for antique nail polish. I've actually found some old bottles before, but not the Underwood Red I'm searching for.
I guess I was wrong. They scared me. I did not expect them.
A bit so good I did it twice. Kitty!
They're cat mugs, and their tails are the handle.
I also checked this set. When I'm looking at the bottom, I'm looking for the stamp that tells me the maker. Someone was very into Elvis. More Cubist. I got this same set for my mom in Central PA for, I want to say $5, maybe $8. I think this light up sign spells ham. More cats. Another toaster. And another toaster. I saw this case which looks like a typewriter case, but it's the wrong dimensions, and I'm not really sure what it's for. Any ideas? I was thinking maybe a projector or a microscope? Now that's a case. I will say I don't run into tons of furniture in antique stores here, but this place does have a back room full of big furniture pieces. What I did not expect back here was a typewriter for $165. Here's more Cubist in teal and a solo creamer. Here's some left in bookends. You guys know I love a good chair, especially in green. And this is a penguin ice bucket. A YouTuber that I watch, Laura, over at Left Coast Revivals, sees these everywhere.
So I went into that one, and I noticed there was an open one next door that I've never been to before.
And this place is packed to the brim. This is more what I'm used to seeing back home, just positively stuffed. Always looking for cases.
I found one. Got a 210, a Royal, maybe Futura. Let's find out.
So this first one is an electric 210. They wanted $45 for it, which is much closer to my prices. The other one was a Safari. Now you can see here that I checked the type slugs just in case it's a script font.
No price on this one. And this Underwood was $35. Definitely digger mentality here. And the obligatory Christmas room. The other thing that really separates Eastern PA from Western PA is the Sheetz and Wawa debate. I grew up in Sheetz country, and for us, we hated Wawa. It doesn't seem that they really care over here that Sheetz exists, but in honor of shopping in Eastern PA, let's go try some Wawa iced coffee. I stupidly went to the one across from the university that I work at, and it's a Saturday at noon, and it is full of drunk college students. But let's try some Wawa iced coffee. So much sugar. Okay, I'm back, and I didn't buy anything, so we should all be very, very proud of me. I guess it's one of those things where it didn't seem as different as I thought it would. The grass is always greener, right? So I'm always going to think that Western PA has lower prices because I live in Eastern PA now. Or I'm always going to think that Central PA has the best antique shops because the couple that I've been to with my sister on the Harrisburg area have been really nice and like I found really good things. So everywhere you go is going to have their own kind of antique feel to it. I did enjoy going out today, and I think I saw some new things that I hadn't seen the last couple times I'd gone out. I did see quite a lot of glassware, a lot of salt and pepper shakers for some reason, like a lot of salt and pepper shakers, but I did find some cool things that I thought were worth checking into a little bit. So that was my antiquing adventure, and my AC unit just kicked on, so I think that's the end of the video. If you're interested in more typewriter content, I do some other videos on this YouTube channel as well as on Instagram at just.my.typewriter. I'm gonna thank you all so much for watching and remind you, you're just my typewriter. I'm looking at the screen, but the camera's over here, and I'm not sure which one I'm supposed to be looking at.